Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is at Phil the Pain PW, or Nick Payne if you prefer, and you're watching my 18th episode now on my team career on F1 2020. Now, if you haven't checked out my previous episodes, please go do so now. As I say, this is the 18th episode. The last race, or the last episode, of course, was at the Russian Grand Prix, where I did qualify in P6, got a good start, actually overtook Verstappen and Hamilton into the first turn, and then overtook Bottas and Leclerc later on, and later I actually was able to overtake Vettel due to him having some issues with his gearbox, so went up to P1. So I started out in a great race, and then me and Bottas had a bit of a battle, which in the end I did come out on top, and I did finish in P1, so a great result for the team, great result for us, good load of points, and obviously because I went from P6 to P1, that was worthy of driver of the day. So yeah, great result from us. As you can see on the podium there, you have to say it, that's only the third time this season that I've been able to get up on the podium. The second win, of course, last win coming out of Austria, so another great result for us. But as you saw in the last episode, there was some regulation changes, meaning that we had to adapt every single part to our aerodynamic system, and also to our durability as well. We have to adapt everything on there, and considering we spent a lot of research and development points on the aero system, it's literally every single piece. As we can go through to qualifying now. And as we come through around the last corner for our first qualifying lap here at the Japanese Grand Prix in Suzuka, of course, and I'm not sure if you're aware, it used to be the last track on the calendar, so this has such a rich history with crowning world champions here. It actually crowned Michael Schumacher's third world championship here, so there is a sort of special place in a lot of people's hearts for this track. And as you can see through that S section in Sector 1, it's very tricky if you ain't got the right amount of downforce. So we have went with a low downforce to set up and deal with the first part, the first sector and the first half of Sector 2 to actually manage this, so we can get around each corner as quickly as possible and focus all our speed through there. But that will actually slow us down as we go through round each corner and round the long straights, including this back stretch and round 130R and the main straight in Sector 1. But hopefully the downforce actually improves, because round the corner it improves it round there, and hopefully that's where we gain the time that we wouldn't actually gain as we go round the final corners through the chicane, round the final corner to finish the lap off, and we're actually going to get a P15, so not a great qualifier session so far, so we do have to go for another lap, and we can't improve our time, but thankfully we only drop down one position into P16, so we do go through to qualifying in qualifying 2, and we go out on an old pair of softs just to make sure we've got a better pair to set a new time, and we actually go over a second quicker, but unfortunately for us, we can't actually improve the time, or we improve the time but we can't improve the position, so we stay in P16, giving us a lot of work to do in the race.
We come to you live today from the Mie Prefecture in the south of Japan's Honshu Island for a race that has seen many title deciders over the years. Some simple, some controversial, but all contributing to a legacy that makes the Japanese Grand Prix an indispensable stop in any Formula One season. 18 corners make up a lap of the incredible figure-of-8 Suzuka circuit, with 10 to the right and 8 to the left, for a distance of 3.6 miles. Average lap speeds around here are fairly quick. If it stays dry, then expect somewhere in the region of 136 miles per hour. Alongside me to discuss all the action today is Anthony Davidson. And thanks for joining us, Ant. And tell me, you were down in the pit lane earlier. How do you think the track conditions are today?
Well, it's looking a bit cold out there, if I'm honest. These tyres have quite a narrow operating window in terms of the temperatures they need to extract the best grip. So with a cold track surface, it's going to be harder to keep those temperatures up, which will lead to lower grip and maybe more mistakes.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, with Sebastian Vettel starting alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Bottas, Max Verstappen and Albon, Sainz, Ricciardo, Gasly and Lance Stroll, Ocon, Kvyat, Sergio Perez, the rookie, Giovinazzi, Magnussen, Jack Aitken and Kimi Raikkonen. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Norris, Grosjean, Russell and Nicholas Latifi. And now it's time to head down to the track.
And as you can see, we do actually go up a few positions due to grid penalties, so we do start in P14, and it's going to be a one-stop strategy for us today, and it's going to be pitting in on lap 9 for the hard tyres. We're going to overfuel the car by a lap, and hopefully that will give us the speed through the straights that we need when we go to rich mixture. And let's see how we can get on now as we go down onto the grid. Got good company with Perez in front of us, Giovinazzi behind us, and we go to 5 red lights and we're underway, straight to rich, straight to overtake. See how much pace we can get out of the car down this straight, and it's 3 wide into turn 1 between myself, Perez and Kvyat, and we actually get in front of both Perez and Kvyat. We make contact with the Pink Panther of Perez, but we're up a few places now as we've got past Lance Stroll as well, up into P11, but we've got an Ocon up ahead who's on the medium tyres. Hopefully we can catch up to him as quickly as possible, but we're up 3 places so far from the grid slot, from P14 to P11. So good start from us, up the 3 places as we go through into Degner, and we're right on the tail of Ocon now. See if we can make a move into the hairpin, as everyone's going to be slow. We're going to dive down the inside of Ocon. Too late for Gasly as well, but we've got Ocon now, and now we've just got to try sticking to Gasly's back, and hopefully the car's got enough pace with the rich mixture as we use as little bits of overtake, little squirts of it, just to get us through as we go through that turn. And hopefully we're right on the tail of Gasly now. Can we make a move here? Unfortunately for us, it looks like he's actually pulling away with all the pace in his car due to us having so much downforce on. I think that may have actually slowed us down too much here, as we're going to be right on his tail, go through the chicane, and we're going to see if we can make a move here. But it looks like more Ocon's going to be trying to make a move on us down this back straight. Can we make a move here? Can we see if we can make a move round the outside? Thankfully Ocon isn't close enough at the moment due to him being on the medium compound as well, but we're still with Gasly, and we're going to see if we can make a move here at the end of lap 1. We are up to P10, so that is a gain of 4 places. Can we make another move here and see if we can move up another place, as we've got Gasly just in front? We're going to be pushing him. We actually make contact through him, through the anti-banked curve, but we're up another place now into P9 with Daniel Ricciardo up ahead, and we're just gone quick through the first sector. Hopefully we can make a move on Ricciardo soon. But as we end lap 2, DRS is now enabled on lap 3, and Gasly coming at a rate of knots past us due to the speed advantage through the straights that he does have due to us, the way we've set up our car. But this is the section where we're going to be quick, and we're actually going to be able to make a move here, and we already made a move earlier in the race round Gasly, round this turn at the anti-banked curve, and we're going to do it all over again because we've got the confidence in the car, and we're up into P9 again as we come through onto end of lap 7 through to lap 8, and Gasly and Ocon both have DRS onto us. We're going to go defensive right against the inside of the line, and we're just going to drive round the corner, and Ocon actually got past round the outside of Gasly. So Ocon's now in front of Gasly trying to make a move, but this is where we need to start pulling away from him. They've got the pace on the straights, we've got the pace through the S section, so we just need to make sure we get all these corners right, and hopefully we can move away. And as you can see, it's an over a second gap now but that will shorten through the straights, especially as we only have rich mixture. And as it comes to lap 9, we're boxing this lap, and we've got Ocon making a move down the inside of the first corner, and we're going to see if we can make a move here round the outside of Ocon. Unfortunately for us, we just don't have enough pace at the moment, so we try see if we can make a move just like we did with Gasly round at the anti-banked curve, but I don't think it's going to work as we're a bit far behind. We try staying with him, try keeping it in there, but he does block us off and he does take the racing line, and unfortunately for us, Ocon stays in front for the time being. Can we make a move here up into the hairpin just like we did on the first lap, if you remember? See if we can make a move here. We're right on his tail. He's going to brake. We're going to brake down the inside just as he's about to turn in. He's going to try the switchback, but we actually get it front and we go back into P8. But this is a problem for us. As I said, we've got so much downforce in the car that we're good through the corners, but he's actually going to come back at us down this back stretch, and he's going to re-overtake us. Unfortunately for us, as you can see, he's right on our tail. It's going to be almost a certainty as he goes round the outside at just on the back stretch before 130R. We actually dip a toe in the grass, which allows Gasly to come at a rate of knots to try making an overtake. Unfortunately for him, he's not there yet. So we're going to come into the pits this lap just as we were scheduled to, and actually Gasly's also going to come into the pits as well. Ocon's going to stay out due to him being on the medium compound, but unfortunately for us, we had to settle for P9 as we come into the pits. We're going to drop down quite a load of places here as me and Gasly both come into the pits together. We get a good pit stop of 2.6 seconds, so hopefully Gasly's was a bit longer than ours, and we're going to actually come out down 10 places down into P19, but surely we'll get some of them back as people come into the pits. But at the moment we've actually pulled out a 2-second gap to Gasly now, so that is good news, a small token of good news, as Kvyat, Norris and Kimi Räikkönen and our teammate in Jack Aitken all pit. So we move up into P15 here on lap 11 now, as we cross the line for lap 12, and Giovinazzi's actually come into the pits as well, and so has Perez as well. So we're going to come out, and there's Perez just ahead of us. We're going to go side by side round that first corner, and we go round the outside of him, but we move up the position up into P13. What a lovely move as we're both coming round the corner. But unfortunately for us, Perez, who's on the medium compound, is going to come back at us down the back stretch. It's going to be an easy move. We have to give him the room down on the outside. He did have the nose in, but due to him being on the medium, due to us having such downforce on the car and being slow through there, it's just going to be an easy move for Perez in the end. And Perez is up into P13, and we're down into P14 now, as we're going to see if we can make a move just like we did to get side by side with him through as he came out of the pit wall. We're going to try it round the outside of first corner. We actually go past the track limits, and unfortunately for us, we can't actually get the position, but we're going to try down into turn 3, but unfortunately we go so quick through it that we actually go deep into turn 3, and that allows Perez to make the move back in front. So unfortunately for us, we have to settle for P14 as we come through. Gasly's actually looking to make a move into 130R. He does back out at the very last minute due to where our position of our car was, and we keep the position thankfully in P14, and we're up into P12 due to a few cars pitting now, and we actually dip the whole car, not a toe, a whole car into the gravel, which is going to allow Gasly down on the inside, and that's going to just about go side by side through the hairpin. Thankfully he had the outside, we had the inside, and we are still in P12 now here on lap 15, and we're going to have Gasly still to come back at us. He's going to come back at us down the back stretch as we go through Spoon. He's going to come back at us through the back stretch. Can we stay in front through 130R and into the chicane as Hamilton and Max Verstappen both putting fastest laps? Gasly is going to try down the inside of 130R just like he did earlier. We give him enough room, he doesn't take it, and we go back into P12 and we're up now into P12, which is obviously 2 places from where we started, so not bad results so far, but could be a lot better, as we've still got Gasly to contend with. Can he make a move here into the first corner? We're going to give him the outside, he's going to take the inside, and as we park the car down the centre of the track, we keep the position at the end or the start of lap 16. As we come across the line now for the last time here on lap 27, across the checker flag, it's going to be a P12 finish. Quite disappointing, to be honest, considering we couldn't get as much pace out of the car and we couldn't be as competitive. We were competitive through the S section, but it wasn't a great result for us. But P12.
So, another excellent win from Ferrari. So Anthony, what made the difference out there today?
I think that smart tyre management on track and very smooth driving definitely assisted in their victory today. That combination meant they got the absolute maximum out of their tyres at all times.
And here we are, a team that is no stranger to the podium, taking their place on top once again. A sublime race today and a stunning win for Ferrari.
And it was a 1-2 for Ferrari, and it was, as I say, it was a disappointing result for us due to us not being able to be as competitive as I would have liked. But in the end of the day, we did climb up 2 places, so it was an improvement from us. Jack obviously getting P14 as well, so obviously no points on offer for the team, but it's a good result from Jack. But we stay P6 in the World Drivers' Championship. Albon's still behind, Vettel's still ahead. Unfortunately, we can't close the gap to Vettel, and we actually stay P4 in the Constructors. So good result there. And if you have enjoyed the video, if you have enjoyed the episode, please like it. If you haven't already, please subscribe. If you have any thoughts down below, please comment them. I've been Phil the Pain PW or Nick Payne, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you on the next episode.